Mele Kalikimaka, everybody. Merry Christmas from Hawaii. Have you seen this story floating around the legacy media? I chose this headline from ABC News. Kansas mayor resigns amid backlash for supporting mask mandate. I was afraid. That's the Kansas City mayor right there on the right. Now, you know, of course, what city in Kansas she was a mayor of, don't you? Of course you do. Let's get on with the story. Mayor Joyce Warshaw of Dodge City, yes, that Dodge City, resigned Tuesday after receiving an onslaught of harassment and threats following a mask mandate that she helped pass weeks ago. You see that? As the mayor of Dodge City, she didn't have the courage of her convictions. She had no backbone at all. She was your typical wet noodle. How much of a wet noodle? Let's go on. She told ABC News that stepping down was a tough decision, but it was the right one because she didn't feel safe. I was afraid. I didn't want to go to City Hall anymore, Warshaw told ABC News. I was just worrying about who was going to show up there or who's going to meet me out in the parking lot. Keep in mind, this is the Dodge City mayor. She wasn't carrying a piece. She didn't have a six-shooter. She wasn't relying on support from her local sheriff. Shame on her. Warshaw took part in passing the mask ordinance on November 16. Unless the city's commissioners vote to reverse it, the mandate will be in effect until February 15. Now, let's see how bad this mask mandate was that had the good citizens of Dodge City all riled up, demanding a resignation, calling for her head. The mandate requires Dodge City residents to wear a mask indoors if 6 feet of distance between people of different households cannot be maintained at all times. Mask wearing would also be enforced while residents are in line waiting to enter a public space such as a grocery store and while waiting for and using public transportation, rideshare, or livery services. Alright, that's the good mayor again right there. And believe it or not, she's a Republican. She must be a rhino. I doubt she's a Trump supporter trying to enforce mask mandates. Now, here is the reason why I chose ABC News over every other legacy media source. They were much shorter than this in their stories, and they didn't provide a picture of the Dodge City Hall that the good mayor was so afraid to enter. Was she afraid she was going to be strung up in front of the City Hall? Looking at those trees, none of them had enough branches to support her weight, for crying out loud. I mean, it was a pretty bad law that she has passed because it includes children under 5 years, and there was a $25 fine for non-compliance. So there's that too. Now, the good mayor of Dodge City, she's exiting stage left as quickly as she can, but she can't get away from her fellow citizens of Dodge City. I mean, they call it a city, but to me, Dodge is like small town America. Probably for you too. You see, according to the census, Dodge, as of 2010, only had a population of 27,340. That just screams small town America to me, which means if she enters her local Walmart, she's going to know her fellow citizens. Her fellow citizens are going to know her. Same thing when she enters her local grocery stores, when she goes to buy gas, when she goes to buy a beer, when she goes to her local club. In a small town like that, a good portion of her fellow citizens know her. She doesn't exactly have the steely backbone that you'd expect from such a famous western city as Dodge, so it's just as well that she decided to get the hell out of there, isn't it?